Welcome to the EF Desk. My name is Mike Smith. I'm an education specialist at the Rush Neurobehavioral Center, and today's video is all about helping you to create your own personal SMART goal. Now, when I say the word SMART, I'm not really referring to the intelligence level of this goal, but rather the word SMART is an acronym wherein every single letter in the word SMART stands for another word, and when you put those words together, it describes the criteria for a SMART goal. Now, I remember as a kid certain times when I was just fed up with so many people telling me what to do. Parents, teachers, coaches, and it's not that they were being mean. It's just, that's kind of part of growing up. There's just a lot of do this, do it this way. No, you're doing it wrong. Make sure you do this. Make sure you get it done by this date. Well, today's video is an opportunity for you to decide for yourself, what do you want to do? What is it that you really want to work on? What is your goal? No one's going to tell you what it is. Not your parents, not your teachers, not me. The whole point of this video is to help you choose a goal for yourself, plan it out, predict what the obstacles might be, and how can you overcome those obstacles. As I mentioned before, this word SMART refers to several different words that all describe a SMART goal. Let's figure out these words, shall we? S. Specific. You will have a much greater chance of reaching your goal if it is specific. If it's too general or too vague, it's going to be kind of difficult to even know where to start. M, measurable. A measurable goal means that you can easily determine when you have reached it. A, the letter A is interesting because there are actually several words that all start with the letter A and mean almost the same thing. A goal that is achievable, accomplishable, or the word that we tend to use, attainable. Working toward a goal should be challenging, but that goal should still be within your reach. R. R stands for relevant. Your goal should be relevant to you and your life. It should be something you want to do. It should be important, something that you can actually work on right now. T. Time frame. You might have figured that one out by now. Setting a time frame is an essential component to any SMART goal. Just think of it as the due date for reaching your goal. All right, that's a SMART goal. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant time frame. So let's see if we can apply that criteria to a very common goal that a lot of students set at the very beginning of a school year: get good grades. Let's start by making this goal a little more specific. Instead of just saying get good grades, maybe we could pick a specific subject, like math. But now we have to make it more measurable. You can't just use the word good because it's hard to know when you've reached good. So how can we make it more measurable? The best way to make a goal measurable is to add something that you can actually measure, like a letter grade or a percentage. So what if we decided to go with get a 95% in math? Now we're talking. Now before we go any further, let's make sure this goal is attainable. Now this is a little tricky. The only person who can really tell you if this is attainable is you. Don't get me wrong, getting a 95% in math would be awesome. But if you have struggled in the past, how about getting an 85% in math? Look, you could even think of this goal as if it were one rung on a ladder. A ladder that will eventually reach all the way to 95%. Each rung gets you a little closer to your top goal. Remember, your SMART goal should be challenging, but still reachable. Relevant. I gotta say, I think this goal is already pretty relevant. Working hard and getting high grades in school tends to be a top priority for a lot of students, so let's just move on to the last one. Now we just have to select the amount of time that it will take for us to reach the goal. Again, think of this like a due date that you get to set yourself. So just think of a logical time frame, one that makes sense, like at the end of the first grading period. So we started out with get good grades, a good goal, but not a SMART goal. And now get an 85% or higher in math by the end of the first quarter. Now that you know everything there is to know about SMART goals, it's time for you to set your own personal SMART goal. Now, this goal could be school related, but it doesn't have to be. My only request is that you make it somewhat productive. What I mean by this is maybe it has something to do with a sport or an art form, writing or drawing, dancing, singing, playing a musical instrument. I just think we should avoid goals that have to do with passing the next level on a video game, getting 100 likes on your Instagram, binging an entire season on Netflix. So if you haven't yet accessed your own personal goal planning worksheet, go ahead and do that now and work on that first step of creating your own personal SMART goal. Go ahead, I'll wait. Maybe you should just pause the video. Just pause the video, work on step 1. All right, got your goal? Is it SMART? Let's use this checklist to find out. Is it specific? Did you really narrow in on a specific goal? Measurable. Is it something you can actually measure? Attainable. Is this goal something that is challenging but still within your reach? Relevant. Is this goal something that is important to you? Something you can start working on right now? Time frame. Did you remember to give yourself a due date? When are you going to make sure that you have this goal accomplished? If you checked every box, it's time to move on to step 2. Breaking it down. This is where we create some action steps for your goal. Think of your goal like a destination, somewhere you want to go. But how are you going to get there? Your action steps are going to provide a roadmap to help you reach your destination. Let's go back to our example. Get an 85% or higher in math by the end of the first quarter. What could be some action steps there? Study for every test, pay attention in class, make sure you do all the homework. These are some action steps that are going to help you actually reach that goal. So pause the video right here and see if you can come up with a few action steps for your goal. Now that you have a few action steps listed down on your goal planning worksheet, it's time to tackle step 3. Step 3, think ahead. What obstacles might get in your way? We all know that life is not a straight line. And even if you have made a plan, a very well thought out plan, life is going to get in the way. There are going to be things that distract you, things far beyond your control. Now, some of these obstacles are going to be difficult to predict, like, I don't know, a global pandemic. But some of these obstacles we can predict. Maybe you've tried to set a similar goal in the past and something distracted you. What was it? Was it your phone? A video game? Just forgetting about the goal? Maybe you just ran out of energy. Look, all of these are valid obstacles. So take a minute right now and think, what might be an obstacle that could get in my way? Write that down and then decide for yourself, how could you get around this obstacle? Or work through it? Or just avoid it altogether? Okay, last time. Pause the video, work on step 3. Try to predict an obstacle that might get in your way and a strategy for how to deal with it. And that's it. You did it. You wrote your own personal SMART goal, you created an action plan, and you even predicted a possible obstacle that might get in your way and a strategy for how to deal with it. Nice work. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you work hard to achieve this goal. Again, my name is Mike Smith. Take care. Be well.